Hello, Heather Leavitt Martinez here from Tech Host Academy, where we exchange ideas with other professional tech hosts and meeting helpers to E3, our online sessions. E3 stands for engage, make it efficient, and equitable. So today I want to show you the two different types of Padlets that I use when I'm creating online galleries for creative groups, a column style and a gallery style. And these are templates that I've created that if you are a part of Tech Host Academy, I'm happy to share with you. You can do a remake of them, or I'm happy to help you customize your Padlet. So let me show you what I mean. There's been a lot of new improvements in Padlet over the years, and this is one that I'd love to share with you, a column style Padlet. I recently used this Padlet with a master calligrapher that I was tech hosting for a guild. And so just notice at the top, I've marked that as a template. I know myself, this is the one I can go back to again and again, and I can unlock it and share it with colleagues. You definitely want to put your title in. You can make your own icon. I have here how to customize this. So if you just want to copy this, you can put in your instructor presenter's name, who it's hosted by. And I like to make several different columns. The first column is about resources and instructions, might have handouts, supply list, maybe even the recording from the tech check session. These are all optional. The ones that are in all of my Padlets, no matter what the format, is how to post from your computer, including instructions, and how to post using the QR code using the instructions. Then I do ask the presenter or the client, would you like to have an introductions section? Now, I put mine up first and then I let everybody post, which since I have it set for the last person to post goes on top, mine's at the bottom. That's fine. I'm a support role. But if I wanted to, I can create a new post here and pin it with the instructor. So I like to keep them at the top, and that way people get to know each other. Now, depending on how many sessions that you have for your class, I like to write session one and the date. Maybe there's a theme as well. And I pin at the top the recording after the session, and also if I'm offering a formatted chat, and if there's any other assignments or demo pages or anything else that needs to go to the top, I go ahead and pin that. Now, I also leave a space for the instructor if they want to put their assignments here or give feedback or any information. And I like to create one more column called miscellaneous shares. And that can either come from me or the client, and it might include things like upcoming events, book classes or resources, or favorite tools or resources. And again, I pin those so that they're at the top, but then anybody else that's participating is welcome to add posts as well. And remember, I can show you how to post. That's in another video. You might want to check that out. But a couple of things that you might want to look at in terms of your settings. Now, again, we have the title and the description, and then of course you can choose whatever icon you want. The wallpaper, again, totally up to you. I'm keeping it neutral in this part, but you can do as you want. And then color scheme, your fonts, and then what the size is for your post. Let's change it to wide and see what happens. Ah, I like that. It's nice and big. And remember, at any time, if someone has an image, they can always click it and it will show up big with the text to the left. So make sure that you let your participants know that as well. Now, back in the settings, here is where you get to choose the different types of layout. Now, this is a wall layout with columns, and I use this, and the grid layout I use for more of a gallery style. There are other layouts. I suggest that you check those out. You can group post by section. So again, if it's the wall, you'll have columns. If it's the grid, sometimes it shows up as sections that go horizontal. Just depends on how you want to lay that out. I do put the comments on, but you're welcome to turn those off. And there's lots of different options that they've added in terms of where you can where you can pull those from. I am going to turn off this one that's AI because these are creative people and I'm sure that they can draw or they are creating original works in order to to share. I'm going to turn off those image searches. I'll leave on, actually, I'm going to take off the GIFs in this case because they're not really using GIFs. We're not really drawing or using screen recorders, so I'll go ahead and turn those off just in case that there's additional, I don't know, widgets or anything like that that shows up. Let's see what else. I also like to put in reactions. Now, some groups like to keep the reactions in terms of the hearts off. There are, in some cases, you can sort so that the most likes or the most votes get upvoted or downvoted that are part of sections. So that's something you might consider. Likes, I like it because it's yes or no. If we start getting into stars, I don't want people to get rated. That's a little harsh, but in some cases, this might be appropriate. And then, of course, there's numeric scores as well. So what else do we have here? Author and timestamp. I do show those, and people can choose not to log in, and they can post anonymously if they want. If you want them all to be anonymous, you might click hide. Now, there are some different posting areas. So we've got the subject line. We've got the attachment that shows up in the body of the piece. And then, of course, the body is the text. And then for the color, I hide this because some people like to colorize theirs so that theirs will stand out or so that they can find them. But I find it really distracting. So I want to keep all of these the same color. Location, that's for maps. We don't really need location. And if you want to put any custom fields in here, you can do it as well. And there's lots of different types and you can customize this. I don't know if you remember when we started using Padlet years ago, it didn't have all of this. Now, of course, for the moderation, I like all posts to be automatically uploaded. You can also choose to, if anything becomes inappropriate, they have a safety net that can keep that. I do have mine on auto because I don't moderate. I'm not looking at my Padlets all the time. And I also put at the bottom of, usually at the bottom of the instructions, having trouble, email me, or sometimes I'll say that this Padlet is not being currently being moderated. If you find that it's been compromised, and then I put my email address, please email me. All right, back to the settings. I do put disable remakes because I don't want just anyone to remake a Padlet and use all of that fabulous work that we just shared somewhere else. We want to create a nice, safe space for everyone. So I do disable that, but I myself am able to create a remake and share it with other people, and then they can choose their own settings from there. So anytime I would create a remake would be to share a template like this. Okay, and then of course you can also create your own URL, copy that, and it's shorter, it's not totally short. You'll notice that there's a lot of numbers up here in the URL browser window. So they will add some numbers there, but the one you can share is right there under copy. And so again, that's all of the settings that we have. And of course, there are different ways that you can share. Again, here's where you can say mark as template. And if you didn't already know this, you can make a PDF out of this. If you decide you want people to see it, but you don't want anybody to post to it, you can freeze the board. You can clear out posts. There's so much here to explore. So this is the column style template, and it works great both on the phone and on the computer. Here is my gallery style template. So again, I've pinned a bunch of pins up here. So if you wanted to make a copy of my template, let's go in there and go ahead and mark this as a template, wherever that was. I'm sure we'll find it. I think it was in the share portion here. Mark as a template. You'll see that little icon came up here. So again, I like to be able to have sort of space agreements or welcome, how to post both from your phone and the computer, handouts, supply lists. Again, these are all optional, but you'll want those at the top, and then anyone that posts afterwards will come under that. So, and this is just pretty much a free for all. You could either choose for these posts to just go right underneath these, or it can be on levels. So there could be several stories of like sections that will show all of these posts. So I hope you found that helpful in terms of different ways that you can set up your Padlet. Great for calligraphy guilds, creative groups, people or organizations that want to share, this is what I've made. But you can also adapt these for the work environment or for professional organizations that might want a place to share resources. So I look forward to seeing you at an upcoming live Sandbox at Tech Host Academy, where we share all of our experiences, wins, losses, and what we're learning out in the field as tech hosts. So you can click below to learn more about Tech Host Academy and how to learn and earn badges to help E3 your online sessions, maybe even get this shirt